Okay, I promised I would do a New Year's resolution video. So I covered this a little bit in my Join Joel last Thursday, but I thought I'd just do a separate video on it to post out so you can see how I've gone about New Year's resolutions. So I'm not a massive believer in New Year's resolutions. I kind of think that they do set you to fail potentially. I think it's kind of a bit of a, I don't know, it's kind of quite mainstream. You have to have resolutions, and if you don't, you should do, and stuff like that. And in the new year, for some reason, the 1st of January is always when you're going to make your change. And I don't really operate to the 1st of January, certainly in a business sense. Our year end's actually kind of in June and various points in the year. So for me, it's always been a bit weird. But then saying that, I come from a fitness background where our biggest sales campaign always came in January, because it's when people reinvent themselves. Anyway, so I'm not a particularly big believer in resolutions for New Year. I've never really done it myself, certainly haven't done for the last few years. However, this year I actually have done it. And I did what I talk about a lot, which is the planning, the focus and the execution. So actually I started planning my New Year's resolutions in November. And it's one of those weird ones because I planned things, but I didn't start until New Year. I kind of led up to it, but I didn't properly start until New Year. So I very much went through the three things, and I've not got my boards here. I'm in my new office, but I haven't got any boards on the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it up on the screen as we go. So I'll shift slightly to the side. But yeah, so I started in November basically, and I started with the planning. So what I wanted to do, and I wanted to concentrate just on three things, three sort of key areas basically of my life, if you will. And then what I did is I went into the focus stage, and I basically started really drilling into the detail of what I was going to do, and you know, setting the SMART goals to it, but really making it quite clear as to why I wanted to do it, what the motivator was, what the why was, because that's ultimately what's going to keep you to achieve those goals or not achieve those goals. So I did that. I did the planning, I did the focus, and then as it came to the 1st of January, I went straight into the execution, which is the doing of it. So that's how I kind of laid it out. Started on the 1st of Jan, and basically here are the three goals that I set myself. So I started off with health. So I think if 2020 taught us anything, it is about how it's important, really important, to keep fit and healthy, and well. Well is the word I'm going to use, wellness really, as opposed to fit. So I concentrate on my health, and again, I've broken that into three aspects. First of all is my health. So first of all is my actual fitness, if you will, so my exercise, which is the amount of running I do, or cycling I do, or physical exertion basically. So I've been doing that, and I've been running somewhere between sort of 4 and 7 miles pretty much every single day, with one day off in the week. And that's been going really nicely, and I've actually been quite enjoying that. Part of the reason is because I watch, I hate running, but what I'll do is I'll go run on a treadmill, and I'll watch seasons. So just watch like Cobra Kai, and I've got my 80s nostalgia out, and I'll watch different films and things that I wouldn't necessarily watch with my wife or my kids, so I can do that when I'm running, and I just lose myself in my own world. So that's the fitness side. Then there's the nutrition side, so the food, so the intake. So I decided in January, something I've never done before, I would stop drinking, so I haven't been drinking any alcohol, and I would stop eating sugar, so no unnatural sugars effectively, no crisps, no biscuits, no cakes, no sweets, nothing like that at all. Only sort of eating natural sugars, lots more fruit, lots more vegetables, lots more salads and stuff like that. So that's been quite a difference. And then thirdly, I've been concentrating very much on my stress. Now, I could talk about mental well-being, but realistically, I've been talking about stress, which is just reducing my stress levels. One of the things I did again last year, at the end of last year in November, we had a hot tub delivered. And that's been fantastic because it helps actually aid recovery in terms of the body, but also it's such a de-stressor. So most evenings, certainly 5 out of 7, I'll get into the hot tub, 40 minutes to an hour basically, just relaxing and just bringing myself back down from the day. So I do that. This video is going to be far too long. I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to shorten this, but I have no idea. I'm going to have to get this video shorter. It's not going to happen. Fuck it, I'll just put it on YouTube and you can watch it from there. I'll link as much as I can on Instagram. Sorry, this is how my brain works. I think so. I'm rambling. Here we go. So that was goal 1, which was my personal health, my well-being. Number 2, now this was interesting when I did this in Join Joel, because I actually kind of nearly got them the wrong way around. Number 2 is my business. And what I'm doing very much is I'm focusing again on 3 key things. I'm focusing on how I'm spreading how I'm allocating the teams and how I'm letting them now run their own businesses. So that I've got 2 tourist attractions running out decommissioned prisons, and I've got site managers at both of those. And very much I've taken a step back now and I'm letting them run their own businesses, pretty much start to finish with some support networks, but I'm letting them do it. I'm doing the same thing with my parent company, with the Campbell Group, where I've got a decent sized team, really skilled, qualified, very capable people in different areas. And again, I'm stepping back and letting them step up and run their departments and their areas. And the third piece of that business is, well, the second piece, I guess, is I've got a new business that I'm starting, so I'm starting to concentrate on that. And the third piece is very much concentrating on the financial stability and the future-proofing of our company. And by that, what I'm starting to do is diversify our portfolio away from just tourism, travel, and events industry, which is very customer-driven in the sense that it's very consumer-driven, and obviously something that's closed through coronavirus. I want to expand what we operate. I want to diversify our model, so it means that we can basically continue to run in events, in instances like this. We'll have other businesses that we can fall back on. So that's where I'm going with that portfolio. And the third one is my family, and it was quite a controversial one when I threw it up there. People were like, "Wow, you're putting your family last." I was like, "I'm not putting my family last at all. I'm putting them third." That's not last; they're third. And it's the reason I've done that is because I feel like I need to concentrate on my health. Right now, my health is really, really important to me, and it's something I really need to concentrate on. I need to be healthy to be able to do everything else down here. I also feel that right now I need to be concentrating on my business more, and that's not because I don't love my family, because I do, and I don't want to concentrate on them and spend time with them, I do, but I also have a huge amount of reliance upon me in my business world. So we have nearly 50 employees whose salaries we pay. We have their families that obviously look to them to provide for them. We have our supply lines in terms of the businesses that we feed into. We also have all the money that we pay in terms of taxes and VATs and all that kind of stuff, and everything that comes with rolling a business. So actually, it's quite important we keep this going, because with the size of our company is, and as it's growing, it is a really key piece for our employees, for our suppliers, for our customers, but also for the economy. So I have put it second. But I have taken my family, I've gone, well, what I want to do is concentrate on a couple of real specifics with my family. And one of them is spending more time with my children. And realistically, it's not necessarily about spending more time, it's about the quality of time. Now, again, in my well-being world, we used to call this presenteeism, where people were actually there, but not really there. So you're constantly preoccupied by something different. And that's what I really want to sort my kids. I find myself constantly, my kids will be chatting to me and asking things, I'm just scrolling through my phone, or I'm doing something else. I'm like, in a minute. And I really want to get away from that. So that's something I've been looking at. And I've actually reshifted my morning routine, and I've given myself an extra half an hour to 40 minutes every day. So I have breakfast with my kids every day, and I just chat with them in the morning. We play a game or something before I head off to work and before they start the day. So that's been quite nice. And again, it's just about spending more quality time with them, as opposed to lengthening necessarily the time, because obviously we've all got things in there. The other one is connecting more with my friends, the people that are sort of closest to me. So I've been doing that again of late. Actually, I started doing that in December, and we've just been connecting via Zoom and via messages and stuff like that, and just basically keeping in touch with my real close cohort of friends. And the third one is, and this is kind of a difficult one, I really want to start, this is probably the hardest one I'm finding, I really want to start putting more content out there, because I believe I've certainly got a lot to say. I've got a fair amount to offer. I've got good life experience. I've got good experience in different areas of life and business and such like that. And I want to put more content out. The trouble is I don't want to just put content out for the sake of putting it out. I want it to have context, and I want it to have body, and I want it to mean something. So I will only ever post when I feel there's something specific around it, when there's actually something there. I won't just post for the sake of it. So apologies if I go a little while without posting. I will always try and do my best. But that's how I laid out my goals. Like I say, I did the planning, I did the focus, now I'm in the execution stage. I'm concentrating very much on my my well-being, if you will, my health. I'm concentrating very much on my businesses, and I'm concentrating very much on my family. And that realistically is the next sort of 3 to 4 months, basically, of this year, and then I'll reassess and I'll go from there. So that's the video that I promised I would do. I've got another one that will be coming up soon, which is about working from home and loads of other stuff. But anyway, that's that one for now. So thanks for taking the 10 minutes. Laters.